I've got my 288 here that I need to do something simple to, and then what we're gonna do, uh, I got an unboxing that's gonna be cool. We've got high tops. Anybody wants at least the samples, you can go check these out on eBay. They are on eBay right now. Um, we will be improving the design, but as we do it, the price will likely go up, not down. So, as we get closer and closer to what I think will be a finalized product, the price will go up. So, if anybody wants samples, they are on eBay right now, and they do cost something. But yeah, you can go check those out. Okay, let's bring you up here. So, anybody watching this later, might be a little boring. For those people, yeah, you really should catch us live. It's a whole lot more fun. You know what I'm saying? Whole idea with live is we can interact and I can answer questions if anybody has any questions. Okay, live chat. Let's see, 4 people here. Who's here? How are we doing? So, the kill wire here is bad on this side. This saw run's really good, but kill wire is bad. So let's see if we can put a new one in. I've actually got one here that's from a 394, which is a little longer, but that'll be fine. Oh, this is indeed good enough for who it's for, which is me. Right, okay. Daily drive. Yeah. It's a 288. It's pretty big. It ain't huge, but it's good size. That's a 28 on it right now. It's wearing. I guess somebody just sent me a friend request. Okay. Okay, Dan's present. President accounting for. Good. You know, one thing with these saws, like, always like something's in the way. Should be able to be alive. Okay. Can everybody see okay? Just gonna take the starter off here. Wow. Come on. It's easier from this way. Okay. Ha. Okay. These are a wee bit more complicated than your average bear, so. You gotta put it. I do. This is a K&N. That actually is a K&N air filter, high top. It's not that one. Okay, so it's this one. Yeah, the line is busted, and these are like old and stiff. Yeah, so the end's off of that. It's not so good. And what I actually had was these put little zip ties in here, just to hold things. Yeah, so this is the K&N air filter, and it was from the Eliminator top covers. So originally these blue tops were called the Eliminators, And these are very hard to find now, which is exactly why I'm developing these. So, yeah, the funny thing about the eliminators is that they come with the K&N, but A, they're no longer made, and B, if you want to use that blue top with the OEM high top filter, it doesn't work. This works with both. And I've got, like I said, I've got these samples on eBay at the moment, if anybody wants. Anybody wants samples? So yeah, the high top filters in general are very desirable, and for the last, I don't know, probably 20 years, nobody's actually made a high top cover. So literally this week, I have finally, after months of working on it, finally have them produced. These are actually injection molded and produced right here in the USA. This one happens to be not glass reinforced, but the final product will indeed be glass reinforced, so that they're quite robust. This again is actually from like a 394, but that'd be fine. Let me get through the rubber here. Just putting the kill wire in, and then we'll pull this silly rubber piece out, or break it in the process. Again, good enough for who it's for, just me. Oh, that's completely busted. Okay. Modern gas, an issue with the lines. Well, these are just kill wires, so I generally don't run ethanol in my fuel anyway. I run non-ethanol fuel as a general rule. So I tend to stay away from that issue entirely, if possible. That one's actually split. I wonder if that'll work. Does 2Cycle really care? The motor may not, but then again, you know, ethanol can pull in water, so who really knows? You end up getting detonation issues, I guess. I'm not a fuel guy. Like there are guys that discuss fuel and oil until they're blue in the face. For me, I run the non-ethanol stuff. Typically, I run True Fuel and basically call it a day. Or we end up getting gasoline from out of state because Connecticut does not have access, for whatever reason, to non-ethanol fuel. You can't find it in Connecticut. And a lot of the other gas pumps in surrounding states, you can actually find the ethanol-free stuff, but not in Connecticut. If this grommet will work, great. If not, then I'll try some other grommet. I'm always fiddling around with something stupid like this. It's just some of these are gonna have to drive you completely berserk. Yeah, there are guys that run the Avgas, which is like 100 or the 110 low lead or whatever it is. There are guys that do that. You can go to a. Yep, that's not going to work. Okay, next. Might not be the actual grommet. Oh, is it? That might be a little closer. Hey, Will. That might be closer. Of course, now I got to pull these back off because I can't. So is it easier to undo that over there? Undo this. Probably easier to undo this side. Okay. Cherry trees are awesome this year. Actually, very apropos question. So we've had some really sketchy weather, and it got real close to freezing last night, but I think we're going to be good, which is just awesome. No freeze last night, no freeze the night before, even though some places around here got like a lot of snow. I mean, they actually got like an inch of snow, just like one town over, 2 towns over. So for April, that's quite a bit, you know. Pretty much anything's a lot. Oh my God. So it's not just the cherries that are good, though. The peaches and the plums are in downright awesome shape as far as blossoms go. Come on. Almost. All right, one little last bit here. Pop it back up. Come on. There. Hey, that's good. That'll actually work. I got a rubber grommet there. Pain in the neck, but that works. Okay, this one goes. The big one goes to the lower, and the smaller one goes to the upper. Yeah, I mean the plums. I have not had plums to speak of off of these trees, and last year was kind of like for flowers. They're so young that they haven't even flowered good yet. This year there's a boatload of flowers, so very exciting, I think. Very, very exciting. There we go. Hey guys, I thought this was going to be like a real straightforward, simple, 3-hour tour here, but Just want to get something to kind of grab a hold of the air conductor here. Just a little zip tie. Hey Tim. Hey. Hello. Tim. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to a nice year. I really am. I'm very excited. So far we've had a pretty warm spring. We've just had a couple of really random days where it's been a little sketchy as far as in the last week or so, where it's been close to freezing. But the blossoms look great, so it should be good. The next problem with the trees is going to be that I dealt with last year. The biggest issue that I've seen, other than the weather, is the brown rot on the cherries. So we end up getting this brown rot that, hey Nikki, silly brown rot, and so everything just liquefies like right before it's ripe. Very, very frustrating. Cool. Okay, now I can put the starter back on. Good. Make sure it engages. How many people we got here? 7? Cool. Alright, so what's under there is good, and we deal with up here. So this is a little bit longer than the other was, but that's okay. You know, we want this underneath, I think. Let's go under here. Under. And then this one actually goes in the side, so you just kind of nip it that way. This is probably better like that anyway. Let's tuck this line in a little bit. One, two, three. Again, we'll wrap it with a little zip tie, and then we got it. And not usually how I do customer saws. I can finagle my own saws however I want. Right? Right. Good. By the way, if you're going to go buy a chainsaw and you find zip ties on there, the price goes down. That's a general rule. Good. That's tucked in there. Perfect. So now, these high tops. So this one I was mucking around with, but this is perfect because I need some space for the muffler. The muffler's modified. And then this loves to bind on these filters. So sometimes you gotta actually loosen the filter, and then you can get it on. But there you go. Now she's on. Not really, but okay. Andrew Slagle, what's going on, guys? Yeah, I'm all about the high tops at this point. That's what we got going. high top covers. Let's put some screws in this one. So I'm gonna run this one in, give it a go. Basically. So not really fully fleshed out stuff yet, but we certainly have something that'll work. So the biggest issue on these is really two things. One is the fit is not exact because we need a cooling jig so that it actually makes the contour correct. Otherwise, the whole thing kind of potato chips a little bit. That's one issue. The bolt holes line up, so that's not a problem. Can't get in there, but that's because of the handle being in the wrong spot. Yeah. So the bolt holes are in the correct spot. And this stuff is nylon, so you can really crank down on it. Oh yeah, so two fitment issues. One, the potato chipping is one problem. Second problem is that the hole for the decomp is slightly too far out. So that may or may not be an issue. What we might do is just kind of leave it and then turn it into a non-decomp top and put an indent where the hole is, and you guys can cut it out if you want to. Another workaround is just to say, okay, if you want to use a decomp, use a 3120 decomp. See what I mean? It's just a little bit far down there. You can still press it, not a problem. You can access it if you have thinner fingers. If you got a fat finger, then it's not gonna. Anyway, what do you think? You like it? I like them. I think they look great. I mean, here, let me take you down so you guys can see. Again, this is the non-reinforced top. But yeah, this is super solid. I mean, this is straight nylon, so this is very, very tough stuff. Pretty good fit around the back. So it's for the 181, 281, and 288. So it's all the same chassis, essentially. For all intents and purposes, it's the same chassis. Hey, Steelman. Oh, Steelman, just to make you feel good about yourself, hang on a second. I got something for you. This is really just for you, actually. So, in case you want to disguise your Husky as a steel, I've got a 2888 crankcase here in steel gray. What do you think? What do you think? Yeah, so the high tops are definitely impossible to find at any reasonable price. If you find even like before these came out, the blue eliminators like this, you'd pay $100 for that, even though it's kind of beat up and cut up and everything. For a new old stock one, there are guys paying $600 for these, which is just silly at this point. So if you want to pay it, fine. But now that we've got a whole pile of them that people can use, these are definitely usable as is, so why not, right? So yeah, this is Glock 37 on OPE forum. He does the powder. So, and I have Sean Carr do the welding. So we got to build one of these cases up one of these days. Before we get to that, because I've got, and in case anybody hasn't seen it, that's the white. Here's the blue. So we got blue, we got white, and by the way, we're going to have high top covers in those colors as well. And we got black. So if you want to do the Batman chainsaw, you can definitely do a 288 blacked out. So here's this is a reinforced cover. It's not quite as shiny, not quite as glossy, but it's really tough. So what do you guys think? Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I definitely think these are really nifty things here. Kicks over, gave her a yank or two before I have to go to the bench. You can yank on that thing all you want, but that needs a rebuild. Just like pretty much everything I see. Look at it and be like, that needs a rebuild. That needs a rebuild. That needs a rebuild. So yeah, Nikki, this is Matt's latest enterprise. I've got boxes of these things, and I'm gonna order literally hundreds. So over time, the price is gonna go up, not down. Right now, they're $75 a shot plus shipping on eBay. There he is, Mike. I was just showing off your stuff, man. But the meat and potatoes of today is actually the unboxing that I have here from Tyler. I wanted to get to, and the stupid kill wire was killing me. Whatever, the Blacked Out 660. That is off. Cam came. He paid me. It's hanging out with him. I have not heard hide nor hair of him, other than he said it ran good the last time I heard from him. So that's all that I know. Okay, so yeah, we got an unboxing here from Tyler that is huge. So, and I also have a 266 that is in a box to put together, or take apart, and then put together as well. And we're just going to say that we're going to call that foreshadowing things to come. Potentially. So here's what how many people? 13. So here's what I need from everybody. I need everybody to go and buy these covers. That's what I need. And the reason is because I literally spent my life savings producing them. But more than that, if we want cool stuff, we have to keep the project going. So if you guys have been clamoring for cool stuff for a long time, and we very simply, I can fund these projects only to a certain point. You know what I'm saying? You guys hear me? Hear me? Good. Oh yeah, look at this. What is in here? Okay, Tyler had some tools he wanted me to look over because something wasn't fitting. Let's look over the crank tools, because For all intents and purposes, nobody sends me these back. But if something's not fitting right, let's have a look. Why was this? Why'd you? Okay. Let's check. Yeah, I did. Not just on Husky stuff. On one part. A single part. And then, all right, so he was saying he was having issues with this threading onto something. So let's grab the 372 crank here. Let's just get off the shelf. Something's not threading right, then you said the threads were messed up. Okay, let's see. Those threads ain't messed up. Tyler, what are you talking about? That thread's on perfectly to 372. And he said something about 395 too. Hang on. Let's get there. Yeah, one Husky part. One Husky part. Okay. Not just any part, but it's still one Husky part. Okay, this is a 288 or 394 crank, depending on how you look at it. So this, I think, is orange. Nope. Yellow. Yellow is it? Okay. He said he was having trouble on this. He's like, the threads are messed up. Let's see. Threads seem fine to me. Okay. I don't think he was reading the instructions. I think he probably thought that this was the same on both sides. It's not true. Not true. So do I have another crank around here? Oh, wait a minute. Will this work? Yeah, there's a 346 XP. And that goes on there perfectly also. So these are not messed up in any way. Tyler. Alright. This, however, he was having trouble getting this in here. Interesting. These should fall through, which they do. Good. So really the only thing here that's messed up is that. Let's grab one off the shelf and see how this goes. Some of these can be a little tight. Don't know why they'd be tight, but let's see. hurt anything here either. One other check. Sometimes there are birds like here, you just hit it. So that one most definitely is too tight. I mean, there's something wrong with this aluminum piece. But this one, let's see if it goes through this way. Or aha, and where the rod's bent, because that goes through perfectly. Let's check. Let's see. I think the rod's bent. Don't know how. Don't know how that happened. That's perfect. So let's double check on this, make sure it does thread on, and then this goes back to Tyler. Let's see if this works. Another one. Straight off the shelf. Alright, that one goes on fine. No issue there. Yeah, I know, I wasn't chasing with the tab. I just want to make sure I find one that is perfect. Yeah, so that goes on perfect. It's a little bit of deburring. Perfect. That one's as it should. As it should be. Put this in the bag. You know these are good. This one may not be. This one may not be. I'll have to work on those a little later. This is fine. Definitely works on both 394 and it works on all these actually. So 346, 394, 372. So I know the threads are not screwed up there. Those are fine. Tyler, here's your kit back. I don't know why the red rod there and the red sleeve were messed up, but now here's your kit back. It's fine. Or more lube, yeah. Okay, so let's put all this stuff back where it was. We'll continue with the unboxing because there's a whole pile of cool stuff here. Was the rod bent or burred? I don't know. All right, fine. We'll look at that. Hang on. This is the one he sent to me. And clearly, I mean, you can see you got threads in there. I mean, he was trying to get this in. It's like, why does it not go in? That one clearly goes in. So that's no problem there. So the rod is out of spec somehow? It doesn't even go on there. So I don't even know if I got the tabs anymore. I did at one point. Yeah, I don't even think I got those tabs anymore because they're all at my machinist and he's got all that stuff. So the easiest thing to do with these, chuck them. Here's fresh and new right off the line. Let's see if it fits. Yep, it does. I think the rod is either bent or burred or something. Forget it. Just chuck it. So guess what? The sleeve is fine. So the sleeve is fine. I can go to somebody else. Completely fine. Okay. Who cares about the rod? It's not worth the time. It's just not. Chuck it, move on. That's life, you know? Okay. Unboxing. What do we got? Oilers. Wow. I'm going to have to make a bigger bag because I've got all kinds of oilers. Old mufflers. At least he's got these with the deflectors gone. I can just go weld something up and maybe send these to Glock for powder, for high heat powder. that's got a deflector in it. This one doesn't. Interesting. There's actually a deflector in there. Let me just hit that enough times with a hammer and see if it disappears. Mike can probably blast those and then it'd be good. Yeah, I'm sorry to say, when I see a tank that's bent like that, I'm not going to use it. Nikki, you might, but not me. So unfortunately, there's really nothing here that's of value. See how this is bent? I'm not going to hand that to somebody. I'm not even going to make like a cheap saw for me, you know. It just... Put that right in the jump. Let's see. This one in better shape. It's a little oogly. At least that's straight. Oogly and straight I can deal with. See, this gets worn too, so this part's now junk. You basically need a new throttle, like the copper here. But that tank you could probably use for something. Can everybody hear me? Are we good? Is an air conductor, and it's OEM and looks like it's fine. What are these? To look these up. Can somebody look up 501-7630? 501-7630. Let's see what saw these are for. Pretty sure it's not 288. Looks smaller. Well, that's kind of messed up, but may just need the flap, and then new cover and a new top here, flag. It's missing a screw, but whatever. You know, we might as well do with these. Let's undo this right now. Salvage what we can. Pray that spring don't pop out. You've got that front spring piece, which is gone. You've got the knee, and then you've got the actual brake. So let's see if we can undo the spring here. Not very much pop in circumstance. Then what I like to do is actually the pin here you can knock out with an auto punch. If I had my auto punch, it might be out in the shed. shucks. Sometimes you can knock them things loose with an auto punch. Got another auto punch here, but it's kind of all frozen up. Like a lot frozen up. Where's my mark? That makes it easy anyway. Pin comes out. Then you undo this last screw here. And this can go right over in the ultrasonic. There we go. And alas, the rest of this is junk. Husky 51 and 56. Okay, good. I gotta check them. Goodbye. Definitely makes me feel better. Thanks, Tim. At some point, what I'll have to do is get all my 288 stuff inside here, organize all of it, and then rebag things. It's a job. Jeepers. Oh, wow. Okay, so we've got mufflers coming out my ears. This one's new. Brand stinking new. That really needs its own bag, like a nice bag. Everything else bagged up here. Oh, I gotta find the bag. Let's see. Oh, here we go. New old stock muffler, 288. That's pretty cool. And we got carburetors. Oh, we got parts carburetors. Lots of them. Oh, that's always nice too, get a brace. Let me send all these out to Glock. Hey, Bob. That's actually 372. Which goes with my 372. Those are actually 288, yeah. But not easy to find. Not cheap. Let's get the carburetors. Well, the carburetors are up somewhere. Oh, we got a head in here too. A couple of missing fins. Cobble Schmidt head. A couple of minor busted fins on it. It'd work for somebody. If you were building up just a relatively inexpensive saw for around town, you know. If you're not for milling, you might not want to be missing the fins, but if you're not milling, you're just doing regular firewood, that might be fine. So one day we might put together a cheap one, you know what I mean? Tillotson. 228A. 228A. Tillotson. 228B. An awful lot of parts carburetors here. Anybody need any 288 parts carburetors? Jeepers. Alright, that's not the right pack. We gotta get rid of it. Radiate parts carburetors. That's cool. Alright. Low top horns, always nice. Although, here's the thing. These are now knocked off. By the Chinese, so these may not be quite as valuable. Studs, always nice. Yeah, I'm gonna put those in here with these crankcases. Oh, that's cool. We got dogs aplenty. Dogs and springs. Springs and dogs. Dogs and springs. Cool. Sure. That's always nice. Very, very nice. Is it intact? Yes, it is. I have an idea of what I want to do with this. Mm-hmm. Let's pull that apart. Again, right into the ultrasonic with this. Pull this cover off. Mm-hmm. So there's actually a problem with this spring. Anybody spot it? This part here wants just to slip right around and let go. Pull just a little bit too hard and that'll happen. So that needs to get like rebent around there, which means I need to actually undo this spring. Which I was hoping to not have to do, but if we gotta do that, that's what we gotta do. So, crap. Kind of like that. So yeah, that's all like stretched out. So that's actually got to get rebent back. dental-like, and then rewound, essentially. See if I can actually get pliers. There. Now, this will grab much better, and then I'll have a hard time pulling out. All right. So, unfortunately, now we gotta redo this, but we will do that some other time. This goes in the ultrasonic, but just to keep things straight, might as well put the screws back if you can find them. And this we can put here too, again, just to not lose it. Did I lose one? Possible. Lovely. And when springs let go, they will come. Somewhere anyway, it doesn't really matter. And I'll find it with a vacuum, you know. Alright, off to the ultrasonic. This we can get rid of. So this is the way to do the knot, by the way, in case anybody's wondering. Looks weird, but just to fold it over once. Otherwise it's too high and it'll actually catch on the pawls, and that's a no good. And obviously change that out. We don't need that. So off the ultrasonic with all this stuff. Back. Keep going with the cool stuff, right? Okay. Starter pulse. Yeah, that's nice that that's actually these are the same thing. Happen to have these sitting down here, so we'll just kind of throw all this stuff in the same bag. So now you've got a bag of starter pulse. Everything can be bagged up. Won't lose too much. Look at this. Flywheels. Now you can get these screwed up with the 394 flywheels real easy. So don't do that. Because they all look pretty much the same, but that's nice. He's got the stuff for the handles. Flywheel. That usually helps with a project. Gee, I need a flywheel. Yeah, well, I have to go buy one because it's part of a parts lot. Handle parts. Oh yeah, more. Throttle screws, case parts. Those are nice. That's worth finding one of them if you're not gonna be able to do it local anyway. Oh, that's cool. Oh, look at that. All the air baffles. Beauty. What's that one? This thing is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. What the heck is that? Probably a piece of unobtainium. I'll throw it out anyway. Flywheel nuts and spring washers. That's cool. Rubber. The AV stuff. That's nice. Couple of brackets. Then I might send all these out to Mike to be powdered, and or weld. If I can weld deflectors on here first, then send them out to be powdered, that'll be slick. Choke rods, which I already have a number of, but not necessarily easy to come by. If you ever find the one in reverse, it's actually 394, not 288. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, 288 cranks. Wow. Oh, Lord. Not just a few. A lot. Oh, this is going to ultrasonic too. Actually a usable oil pump worm. Clutch springs. Don't actually know what the rest of that's for, but whatever. Clutch springs, that's cool. Ooh, he's got a baffle here. A grommet. This is just a rubber grommet and 2 grommets. Ooh, oh, heaven on earth, look at that. Two grommets. That one's got a small rip. Oop. Did that end up in the garbage? Whole thing on there, but that's okay. Grommets. These are like $10 a shot. Accidentally ended up in the garbage. I gotta go through that garbage. Nope. Okay, there it is. Check Small rip. Again, it's just a grommet. For a lot of 288s, that'll be fine. Nifty. Throw those in the ultrasonic. Look at these cranks, ladies and gentlemen. Old school caps. Oh, that's nice. Fillers. And intake blocks. Sometimes these are cracked, so you gotta look them out under the light, but intake blocks. Ah. Heaven, ladies and gentlemen. Heaven, heaven, heaven. Okay. Anything else? You know what I should do? We're going to use these cranks to put together some cases, but not tonight. Tonight, we're calling it a night. I'm going to go put a couple of these in the ultrasonic, make sure they're real nice and clean, and then what we'll do is on some other night, we're going to go and actually assemble maybe the white and the blue saws, kind of just for the hell of it, and start building some stuff up. Would that be cool? Does that work for you guys? Be nice if I had. Need to have a different welder for this. I'm working on something cool here, guys. So we're working on it, getting there. Anybody wants to contact me? Here's my email address. If anybody wants crank tools, don't know what happened to Tyler's other than I think one of the cranks was bent. Or one of the rods was bent. That's really what was messing everything up. And I don't know why the rod was bent, but whatever. And the rest of the threads are fine, so. Yeah. Anybody wants crank tools, please let me know. And that's pretty much that. Questions, comments, anything else, guys? Matty05@AOL.com is my email address. If anybody needs anything, please check out eBay for the high tops. And the more we get going on that, the faster we get to doing other cool stuff too, basically. So, is that it for the night? Tim, thanks for coming by. Andrew, Bob, appreciate it for stopping by and moderating. Everybody have a great night. Thanks so much. Be safe. We'll be back, and I'm going to put some 288s together some other time. Maybe this weekend. We'll see. Take care, guys. See ya.